Greetings to all of viewers. Dr. Tebelele kwinkqubo yethu Head to Toe with Dr. T. Simvula kamnandi lo nyaka kwiveki ephelileyo besijonge i-exercise. Siyayazi into yoba xa uzama udilishana ne-weight, xa uzama udilishana nempilo, 20% of i-effort yakho iza ku-exercise, but a whooping 80% comes from what you eat. You cannot reduce any weight if utya yonke into. Hence, I took liberty to invite someone who is well vested on diet, a dietitian who deals a lot with diabetes and everything else surrounding food. Can you kindly introduce yourself? Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, good evening, Dr. T, and good evening to everyone watching. My name is Renique. I'm a dietitian. I practice here in Warmer Port Elizabeth. I have been a dietitian for, now I have to think, 15 years.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so I'm very passionate about diabetes. I'm a diabetic myself. So yeah, I'm very excited about tonight and excited to learn and teach a little bit about how simple it is to actually follow a good healthy diet.
Yeah, thank you very much, Renique. Just before we even get to the subject matter, there might be a kid there who's watching tonight's program and is keen to become a dietitian. What subjects would you require to become a dietitian?
So
Noting how important food is globally.
yes, so definitely languages is a big thing. Maths is also very important. So believe it or not, it's not just theory, but we do a lot of calculations in the background to make sure that your micronutrients, so your carbs, protein, fat is balanced. It is balanced for your requirements. So maths is very important, and of course biology is also very important,
Awesome.
as well as physics, because there's a lot of pharmacology that we also need to learn. We need to do biochemistry, so physics is also very important.
Awesome. Food is a problem,
Yes,
but we need food.
food is also a solution.
Why do we need food?
So you mentioned food is a problem, but it's also a solution.
Yes.
And as you mentioned, 80% of our health is food and what
Yes.
we eat. I think it starts with food. There's a lot of quick fixes on the market when it comes to weight loss, when it comes to disease. We as a population tend to just want the quick fix. We want to swallow a tablet, we want to inject something, and we want instant results because everything surrounding us is instant. Emails are instant, WhatsApp is instant. So
And food is instant.
exactly, and we're wanting food is instant. So we've got all these delivery services. We don't even have to go into a shop to just buy bread and milk anymore. We can sit on the couch while we're watching series and it just gets delivered to us.
Yes.
So the world around us has become so convenient, and it's making us as a population more and more unhealthy. So what I try and do on a daily basis in my practice is to take it down to basics.
Sure.
To really say to
Take
the
us through those basics.
exactly. So
Even us as doctors were battling, and we need to do a little bit of coaching because
Exactly.
most of these diabetics are picked by us. Most of people with heart problems, the importance of how dangerous central obesity is. We're the ones who do all these metrics measurements. We pick up these things, but then we manage patients as a team.
exactly.
So take us through the basics.
What I do in my consultation is, firstly, I tell my patient, I will not put you on a diet. And I think that immediately gives them a bit of a sigh of relief.
Sure.
Because they think, going to a dietitian, this woman is going to tell me I need to eat celery sticks and carrots for the rest of my life. And I'm not going to be able to have a fat cook ever again. I'm not going to be able to ever enjoy pizza again. And they go through this list of everything that they think they're never going to be allowed to have ever again. Because especially with diabetes, they get diagnosed. And I think especially in state, this happens quite often, is they get this huge list of things that they are no longer allowed to eat. And it's very overwhelming. And it's very, they almost feel like they've lost their health, but they've always also lost that little bit of joy that they find in food for whatever reason.
Was that not late maybe? Because states is actually leading when it comes to issues of obesity.
Yes.
And we're actually in that trend. This
Yes.
thing of burgers and junk food and so on. And I was quite shocked when South Africa introduced the sugar tax.
Yes.
It was like crazy thing. What is your take on that?
So I think it's a good thing to a certain extent. I honestly don't think it's made a difference. I don't think it's made the impact.
Because you don't apply it.
I don't think it's made the impact that we thought it would have. I still see diabetics that have been diabetic for 10, 15 years still coming into my office, drinking Coke, drinking fruit juice, having 6, 8 slices of bread for lunch. And it's just a lack of education.
I think we grew up as young boys very hungry. Half a loaf of bread was nothing.
Yeah, just
We
quick.
used to chow that thing within 3 minutes and so on. Half a loaf of bread.
Yes.
How many calories would someone get from maybe that's why we're suffering.
Yeah.
How many calories roughly are there in a slice or 2 slices of bread?
Look, it's a lot. Bread is not necessarily the issue. So I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of social media and a lot of trends going around that carbs is this evil. It's this bad thing. It really isn't.
What's your
It is what carbs you're having. So
Yes, the
are
type
you-
of carbohydrate.
Exactly. So are you having a vetkoek that is pure white dough?
Igwenya.
Yes, and it's been deep fried in oil. Or are you having a slice of brown whole wheat bread with lettuce,
Whole
cucumber,
wheat.
tomato? Yes. Because the difference is now we're getting fiber added
Sure.
to that carbohydrate, which aids in its digestion. It also helps in regulating our blood sugar. So with the
Let me
vetkoek,
just stop you there a little bit. We are taking fat cook here and we are taking whole wheat bread with some tomato.
correct,
You're saying a very important principle that the whole wheat bread will be digested slowly.
correct.
So it means it will take time for glucose to build up in
Exactly.
your blood.
Yes.
Unlike igwenya.
Which
Igwenya
spikes your
will
blood sugar.
melt easily and then sugar will actually shoot up.
100%. So like I said, I'm a diabetic myself, and I actually have a device on my arm that monitors my blood sugar constantly. So I see that very in real time, and I see when we have vetkoek, which we do have as a family every now and again, we don't have it every second night. The important thing is also, like I said, not necessarily the
Let's
carbohydrate.
hold it there on this gwenya. We'll be back with John. We're just going to take an ad break.
Sure.
Have a sip of water, and then we'll be back on this gwenya issue. The fat cook versus whole wheat bread. We're talking what kind of carbohydrate are we taking and why is it important to know that? Not only as a diabetic, but as someone who's looking after your health and lifestyle. Renek is taking charge of our diet. Thank you and welcome back to Head to Toe with Dr. T. Don't forget to watch us at Free Vision Play, Pumakaba TV, DSTV channel 260, or at the palm of your hand, Free Vision Play. You can also follow our socials on Pumakaba TV, YouTube, TikTok, Dr. Tebelele Tapile Communications, all the time, all the channels. Thank you so much. We're talking diet, the importance of what you eat, because you are investing on your health. Renik is a dietitian. She referred to igwenya, fat cook. The danger on igwenya, xa ulicomparisha nalaa nto kuthiwa i-whole wheat, esaa sonka si-rough senziwe ngengqolowa. Esaa sonka sithatha ixesha ukusileka apha esiswini, singene ke ngoku kancinci kancinci egazini, iswekile yakho inyuke slowly. So ipancreas yakho, that is injeke yakho, ithatha ixesha ukhupha i-insulin and ayikhuphi i-insulin ininzi. Kanti igwinya lingena lifike eswini ligubeke ngokukhawuleza, limnandi, linencasa, lingene egazini linyuse iswekile ngokukhawuleza. So line-high glycemic index igwinya. Lenze ke ngoku injeke yakho mayikhuphe i-insulin eninzi ngomzuzwana uzama udropha la swekile. Isibethe ke ngoku loo nto leyo because idyuti ye-insulin izawuthatha elaa gwinya iyoligcina kwii-hips kwenzeka amafutha uyatyeba kodwa ufuna usilima. Renek, thank you so much.
Thanks,
What
Dr.
else can you say? I'm just explaining this gwinya and whole wheat thing in Xhosa.
I might be white, but I understood most of that.
I hear. I'm actually watching you.
Yeah.
70% of communication is body language.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I got most of that. So well done. But
lots of myths about brown sugar and white sugar.
yes.
What's your take on this thing? What lessons can you give us as a dietitian, someone who studied this thing?
So
Forgetting about the street medicine and street dietitians.
okay. So in short and sweet, sugar is sugar. So white sugar and brown sugar is going to affect your blood sugar the same way. It doesn't mean that so for example, we take white bread and brown bread is healthier than white bread because, like we explained just now, it has additional fiber in. However, that same concept doesn't apply to sugar. Just because it's brown sugar doesn't have fiber in. Okay.
Thank you so much.
So
I don't
sugar
know who
is sugar.
spread some gospel about brown sugar being better than white sugar.
Doctor,
Because a
can
lot
I
of
tell you?
diabetics, you find them, no, it's only brown.
You know what I saw the other day? A patient came into my office and said to me, they are drinking low GI sugar. That was my same reaction. And I actually had to Google it because I
Yeah.
thought to myself, there's no way that something like this actually
No,
exists.
it's only
It
dye.
exists.
It's
It
only dye,
exists.
that's it.
It really does exist. And so we calculate 1 teaspoon of sugar is about 5 grams of sugar.
Okay.
5 grams.
Good.
A teaspoon of low GI sugar is about 3.5 grams of sugar, the equivalent. So it's a little bit less. The point is it's still sugar. So if you're going to have it in your tea or your coffee, it's still going to raise your blood sugar. So
And
quickly, exactly. So we do not recommend sugar. And I recommend often that patients gradually reduce their sugar intake. If you are having 3 teaspoons of sugar in your coffee in the morning or during the day, or 6 cups during the day at 3 teaspoons of sugar, it really does add up very fast. It's empty calories. It's not providing you any sort of nutrition.
Sure.
It's not providing your body with any value. It's not good for your body in any way.
that's the low calorie sugar.
Yes, any sugar for that matter. Sweetener is something completely
Yeah.
different. But we're just talking white, brown, and this low GI sugar. Your body doesn't need it, and neither does your brain. So I recommend we reduce sugar intake by a half a teaspoon per week. So if you're currently doing 3 teaspoons, start tomorrow. Start tomorrow morning. Reduce your intake by half a teaspoon every week. And gradually, your taste buds and your body actually gets used to the lower amount of sugar. In 2 or 3 weeks' time, you accidentally drink a cup of coffee with 3 teaspoons of sugar in again, and it's going to taste horrible. It's going to be
Awesome.
really
Everybody's
too sweet.
listening. From tonight, Renique is delivering Sona and is saying, and she says, from all the years that she spent at varsity studying diet and is seeing what is happening in South Africa, we're battling with obesity, we're battling with diseases of lifestyle. Heart is in trouble. Kidneys are in trouble. Stroke is so prevalent. Diabetes, in fact, for every diabetic that we pick up, we're missing 2. So we are battling with diabetes. So from tonight, we have taken a resolution that from the sugar that we've been adding, if you be teaspoon A1, you are going half. Siyasondela ku-0. Half from the full teaspoon. If there's E3, 1.5. Otherwise, we are ku-1, we are half-in a teaspoon. Sinciphisa iswekile because we've realized into yoba iswekile irrespective of ikhala yayo. Irrespective of ikhala yayo, it's dangerous. What should we eat?
So I recommend always a good variety of all sorts of foods. You need carbs, so please don't cut out carbs.
Sure.
You need good healthy fats. Good healthy fats doesn't mean deep frying everything. That's not what we mean by fat. But what we mean by good fats is olives. We need butter. We
So
can
we need
have
good type of sugar, good type of fat. What is good type of sugar? Do you know stamped millis?
yes.
Is
So
it good or bad?
So, carbs and sugar really go hand in hand. Our body breaks down carbohydrates into sugar.
Sure.
That's why carbohydrates have the highest effect and the fastest effect on our blood sugar. It doesn't necessarily mean that carbohydrates contain sugar, but carbohydrates break down as sugar.
Sure.
Sugar, per se, we talk about physical sugar that we're putting in our coffee or tea. Sugar, we talk about sweets, chocolates, those kind of things that are sugar. Sugar, honey, syrup, that's what we classify as sugar.
Is honey better, by the way? Sorry to disrupt.
No, that's fine. That's a really good question. So yes, but also no. So yes, in the sense that honey does have additional benefits. It's got anti-inflammatory properties, and it is better for you. However, like we go back to what we've been saying previously, is how much honey are you using? So I always recommend to my patients, don't just gooi. That's a nice Afrikaans word. Don't just squeeze. Take a teaspoon, measure it out so that you know I'm having 1 teaspoon of honey in my rooibos tea, or I'm having 1 teaspoon of honey over my oats. Don't just gooi. Don't just squeeze that bottle and then you've gone through a 300 ml bottle in 3 days.
Let me hold you there. We're going to go for the last marathon. Let's allow our viewers to take a drink as we take drink also. Thank you for watching. This is not only for TV. This is lifelong lessons. We are reducing sugar intake. We are reducing and containing the amount of carbohydrate that we're taking, because we see where danger comes from in terms of, if you want to reduce weight, akusoze usilime usitya yonke into. Ubophika noba ungathandaza kome amadolo. Kwawuqaqamba amadolo uthandaza uthi Thixo ndiyacela lo mzimba mawuhle mawuthini. Hayi, ungaqhekeka indonga uthandaza if utya yonke into ijunk awuyindawo. Nansi i-dietitian endlini. Hlala eTV-ni siyabuya. Welcome back. It's Head to Toe with Dr. T. We're talking life. We're talking health from head to toe. Exercise, diet. We're sitting on diet today with Renik. He's a dietitian from 6th Avenue, Woma, but is here tonight with us. And we're having a marathon talk, actually. He'll be here almost every month because food is a problem. Food is a problem, not only in South Africa, but sugar is a problem internationally. We're battling with obesity, diseases of lifestyle. That is why dietitians are becoming more critical as part of the health team. Renik, can you just hoy everything?
Yes, thank you for having me, doctor. So I first want to say I don't prescribe diets. I won't put you on a diet. If you're sitting in my office, I won't put you on a diet that expects you to eat celery sticks and carrot sticks for the rest of your life. I sit down with a patient, I go through a diet history. Tell me, walk me through your day, walk me through your routine. What do you have for breakfast in the morning? How much sugar do you put in your coffee? Explain to me what your daily routine is. And then we make adjustments from there. So I find making adjustments, making simple swaps, like having Coke Zero instead of normal Coke, choosing sugar-free drinks versus fruit juices, having brown bread instead of white bread.
Look, just on the fruit juices. You see, when I look at apple juice, it's written no sugar added. That is misleading.
That's very misleading.
Because that thing is starch.
It's sugar.
Yes.
It is plain sugar. So I always say to my patients, when last, I'm going to ask this for you. So when last have you made homemade orange juice?
Homemade?
Homemade orange juice, where you've taken a bag of oranges and squeezed out orange juice.
Oh, fortunately my wife is diabetic. So we are behaving like you.
Okay.
We are behaving like you.
So
and it's helpful.
I did it, not recently, but fairly recently for the kids. A whole bag, what's that, a 8 kg bag of oranges makes about a 2 liter orange juice. So when you squeeze it out. So I've got 3 kids. If they each have a glass, just a normal 250 ml glass of orange juice, my husband and I have a glass of orange juice, that 2 liters gone. But if you take a bag of oranges, you cut them up into slices, the 5 of us will never be able to finish that bag of oranges.
No way.
So why are we drinking it? If we cannot finish the full bag of physical oranges, why are we drinking it? It's it's taking the volume and condensing it. And that's why it is such a, I won't say it's a bad thing, but that's why it's so unhealthy for us.
I would say it's a bad thing.
It is. And that is homemade. It's not something that you've bought off the shelf. The things that we buy off the shelf are not necessarily as healthy, because that at home is plain orange juice. There's no sugar added, there's no preservatives added. But the thing that we buy on the shelf, I mean, how long can a box of fruit juice stay on the shelf? Have you ever checked the shelf life? It's months and months and months. Surely that can't be healthy for us. So it really is, we shouldn't be drinking our calories in the first place. Second place, fruit juice is pure sugar. Most of it doesn't provide any fiber.
Can you comment on the smoothies?
Smoothies is the same concept. So if you have a blender,
a big thing and we blend.
Exactly. So we don't always measure how much we put into our smoothie container. So we've got a blender, and we just, like I said just now, we just gooi. We just gooi. We just faga more. Just put, and it's blueberries and it's bananas. And yes, it's all healthy.
It's so fashionable and attractive because the influencers are all over seeing, I mean.
Exactly. And it's all healthy ingredients that have gone in there, but it's the volume that's the problem.
I get you.
Also, we are making our body lazy. So you know the digestive process. You know that when you chew, say for example, we're having a handful of blueberries and a bowl of yogurt. It's the same ingredients that's in the smoothie.
Yes.
The blueberries and the yogurt we have to chew. Our body, our mouth has to
takes
make
time.
saliva.
Exactly.
We have to swallow. It's the peristalsis that moves the food down to our stomach. It's a process. It's a process that
helpful.
uses
You are not going
energy.
to dump a lot
Exactly.
of glucose at once.
Exactly. And it gets to our body slowly, little bits at a time. Where if we drink a smoothie, it's gone within 5 minutes.
I see the disaster.
Your body doesn't have to do any work. So
It's already done. It's processed.
what did we say
The chewing
earlier?
has been done.
It's instant gratification. So we're giving our body the same thing, and we are training our bodies to be lazy. And again, what does it do to our blood sugar? You get that spike. And then the patients come to me and they say to me, but I'm eating something healthy. I'm having a smoothie. So my
That's the
rule
impression
is
is created.
we don't drink our calories. So,
And people everyone is trying to lose weight. There's this thing of water and lemon. Can you just comment on that?
oh my goodness.
Talk to them.
So all that's doing is making your water taste different. So
Ilemon yenza amanzi abe ne-taste ayi-reduce weight ngokwayo, otherwise ngesiyirhwamza injalo. So xa niphethe ezibhotile ezinkulu nijikeleza nazo nicinga uba ilemon yeyoredusa, no. Yeyokwenza amanzi abe taste so that we drink lots of water. Iphelele apho. And this use of instant methods to try and reduce weight, people are taking injections illegally and everything else. Can you just throw a comment on that as a dietitian?
So we often when people come to me, they've used these instant methods. They've lost 20, 25, 30 kgs, and they've picked up 30 kgs plus an extra 7. And they can't understand why. So my answer is then, but you haven't learned anything. By taking an instant medication, and I'm not saying they are not beneficial, they are, but we need to make changes first.
It's a program.
Exactly. We need to change habits. Because if you are taking something that's going to give you the result that you want, it's all fair and well. But drinking smoothies then, still having takeaway meals 5 times a week, still eating your magwinya, still not changing your habits to become a healthier person long term,
It will not help
it
you.
will not help you. It will help you
Weight
short
loss
term,
is a journey.
100%.
Diet is very critical. Unfortunately, we are battling with time. We're going to leave it there, but we shall continue in another time that we'll announce. Keep watching our socials, Apile Communications, on TikTok, on Facebook, Umakapa TV, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Follow us, and Free Vision Play, always, every Thursday, we are live with Channel 260. Thank you so much, Renik, and continue teaching us. And a lot of lay people and educated people have learned a lot from the lessons today. Thank you so much. We'll keep spinning them until it gets to set in on everyone, because this is a lifestyle thing. Thank you so much.